Rav4 EV 2014. We're going to change the inverter. So this is a continuation, part 4, I guess. In the inverter that is sitting out there on the vehicle is the new one, is a Gen 1 from a Tesla Model S. This board is that one from that Model S. I took that board out. I took my original board out from the Rav4 and put it in that one. So now that has my motherboard and that charger, brand new, so / used. This is the old one, just to let you know what it is. So this is where we're at. So we're going to start off this morning with that. I'll get my tripod out here. We're going to take this, I guess it's around 9 something or whatever. Let's check the time. So we're going to chuck it back in here, get all the coolant lines hooked up to it, the 2 of those, the cannon plug at the very end, which goes into that port right there. It has a rubber boot jacket on the outside of it. That right there is the real pain in the ass, putting that high voltage connections back in that box, which go in here, and you do this all while it's in there laying on its side. It's tough. You can jack it up some, not too much. That doesn't give you that much room. The engineers didn't give you any extra wire to work with. So that being said, that gets put in there, and then you have to make sure this stupid little mount, which is a real pain in the ass, I missed it the first time. There is a bracket on the outside here on this part. One little ground wire goes to that little stud with an eyelet. The wire drops back into the back section there, so if you forget about it, you'll put all the rest of your bolts in for everything. This right here is a bitch too. When you put that plate on right down there, it comes out to here. So guess what? It blocks the ability to put that bolt in. So you have to actually put that in there, get this little slotted groove on there, put the bolt on, have that bolted first, then get your center plate, rest of that and that in place, and then you can put your cover plate on here. So just those few little steps will save you a little bit of time. I didn't disconnect, the other guy showed on the thing, he disconnected his whole DC. You don't have to disconnect the high power ones here. You can just leave those connected to the front of that. That goes to that little aluminum box. It's about this big and has the 2 wires going up into it. Just leave that connected. You can roll this thing over pretty far out of the way. Same thing, the other power lines, high voltage lines that come off the front of the DC, just flop them over. So that's it. So now it's just getting this stuff sort of out of the way here as you slide the inverter back down underneath there before you put the actual plate that covers the whole thing on top of it after that. So let's see if I can get this thing situated in the camera here. Get you there. Might be bouncy for a little bit here until I get it set up. I will try to put it on this side. That's where I'm going to be mainly working on that. So you'll see me mess with everything on that side. All right, alive. Monkey fucking a football. to get its final resting place. Get the tubes on this side first is best, because you push everything towards this side to get everything going the other way. I might have to get my headlamp because I don't have enough light down in here to get this stuff done. No flashlight. Alright, I gotta go get a flashlight. I'm gonna drop one. Back to you. Alright, back. I had to get a headlamp for this situation here. We don't want to be doing this twice. There we go, back in the spot. Good. There's two grooves on this. I don't know if you can see that, but there's two grooves on this case. So you can only put this cannon plug on one way, and it has a rubber jacket around the outside of it, so pretty simple. I don't think it even has a clicker thing on there, because I don't feel it click, but it's seated all the way to the case, so I'll take that as seat. Now for the bitch side. Alright, so you need 2, 3, 4, 6. We should have 6 of them. 2, 4, 6, yep. 4 of those. There's one inside and outside. There's 2. I'm missing, believe it or not, the 2 freaking bolts that go in there. Because when I put it back together the last time, I dropped one down in there with a 10mm socket, and I don't know what I did with the other one, so I gotta go get 2 10mm for that. I may be screwed, but I got my 10. I know I kept this one because that was the one I couldn't figure out where it went to. And it does. Go into there, which is fine. But I need a 10 mil for this. I need also. And it's fine thread, it's not a coarse. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yep, fine thread. Shit. Alright, so I only have one of those. I have to get that one on before the other one. So I have to get a 10 mil. And I don't carry 10 mils. I'm pretty sure that's quarter 20, so that's not going to do it. I have to go and possibly get a 10 mil or borrow one from somewhere else in the meanwhile. I hate to do that. Pull a 10 mil out of somewhere else just for this reason. That's the internals, so I don't want to touch those. Those are for the actual battery connections. So, I mean, I could probably take one of these bad boys right here as one of the mounting bolts. But I need to get another 10 mil. Alright, let me see if I can find one inside the shop here. Shed. By luck, I have two 10mm bolts. One I had left over, and one I just found out of my little fucking scraps. So that'll be a good thing here. So now dropping him, now getting this little bitch into its rightful place. Makes sense. Crushed. I'm going to take you over here to show you this. This is a motherfucker for anybody putting this thing back together. So as you can see where I'm at, I'm going to take off the stand here. So this is the motherfucker part. This does not have that much movement going back and forth. You can, move it different places. The asshole engineer, what companies, Toyota, fucking this wire has got to go on this stud right here, down here. See that little centering piece? That has to be bolted on there. That right there now gives you no play whatsoever with all the wires back there. That's it. So you can pull it back and forth a little bit. That's it. So it's really a sucky move that they put that there. And then again, now I have to put this one on this little platform right here. Let me just get you a better view. There you go. So that right there has to be on that stud right there, bolted down. The bolt head is actually below this little lip here when you put this plate on. So you have to put that on first and that. Otherwise, you will never get the that attached. And it's not grounded, it's plastic, but you won't be able to attach it to anything. You can zip tie it later if you do forget. So that's that part. I'll put you back over here. Upside down now. Shit. Alright, hopefully the video flips around. So anyway, there we go. That's there. That is not easy. Oh. Alright, I gotta get a 10 mil box wrench. Alright, one hurdle down. Get this stupid fucking thing on. Alright, 10 mil small ratchet. Where's it at? Who knows? Disappeared. Falls into the abyss. No? Alright, let's see if I got it here. Yep, just confirming that. I'll show you a close-up of that, what I was talking about. So, fucking idiots fucking engineered this. Just get you shot, straight down shot. That bolt head will not clear this plate. So when you get this lined up with that, pretty much that much angle, as you can see, the bolt head will not pass that thing just by the outer shell of it. I mean, you could probably modify the bolt, make it a Phillips tip or something, put it in there, because it's just holding this plastic piece on. But that right there won't bypass that little edge. So you got to have that in there before you put the actual part together. Now, sorry for that, I got to get the